It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Tonight, let us make them remember we are not afraid!
Oh, I almost forgot to put my glasses on. You would have been scared. My resident evil eyes. Ooh, they're bad. Yeah, plus I need the shade, man. It's they hurt. I think I'm getting better. I'm drinking my. Oh, here we go with my carrot juice and apple and kale and keep me from dying. Because a lot of people are getting sick. It is really bad here, and why? I don't know. Because stuff. And we're going to be doing some research on it. Excuse me. I got a call right before the show. Karen Johnson is a former Arizona senator. Now, she didn't run this last election in 10 because she just I'm good. She retired up to what is it called? Northeastern Arizona. And it is, Springerville. And she called, she said, "Hey, Ernie, I thought you were going to come visit me." And I go, I am. We're going to do it, but we got it, we're moving. I mean, it just snuck up on, we found a place, got our acreage, we're going to go up there and do whatever, but that's just a year. That's just us getting ready for us to go and make the move to, somewhere more remote. But we needed to, kind of make the transition with the studio and everything, get it all mobile and all that kind of stuff. So forgive me, but I didn't forget about you. We're coming up. She goes, "Ernie, I got a call yesterday from the Secretary of State here in Arizona about our commemorative coin bill." Let me go ahead and tell you the story behind that, and you'll understand how it dovetails into our wallet voting. If you go to the top of Freedom's Phoenix right now, and you'll see 4409 did a video of us doing the parking meter thing, and it was a great video, and it really captured the essence of what it is that we're doing and why. Now, about 3 years ago, Pal Gamble and I went and met with Karen Johnson at her request. She called, this is when it might have been 3 years ago. It was when the North American Union thing was becoming a big deal. And she was afraid that we were going to lose sovereignty to have a global currency, or a North American currency, the Amero. Now, I made it clear to her, I go, "Look, man, this isn't about the Amero. This is about the world, though. Whatever they transition into, it's going to be a global whatever, we rule you thing." So you have the Zeitgeist guys coming on. Well, they want a global whatever it is. And I'm going, yeah, that's going to be a problem. But, that's a whole nother understanding that they have. But Karen was very concerned. "Ernie, I don't know what to do. As a state senator, what can I do to have any kind of an input and a preference and a legislation that we can get through that would address losing our sovereignty and having some kind of foreign currency?" I go, "I don't know. Let's think about it a little bit." Well, as we all discussed it and so on, someone mentioned that, we have the Arizona Centennial coming up, one of her aides, I think. And I go, okay, yeah, we could do a commemorative coin. Then Pal and I said, "We'll get back to you." So he took less than a week. I mean, it didn't take very long. He came over the next day or a couple of days later, and we sat down and just got our laptops on the dining room table, and we just went at it. Let's go find something. What we found was in Oklahoma, years before, they had a sesquicentennial. I think that's what it is. It's 150 years. At 150 years of Oklahoma becoming a state, they had done a commemorative coin that was, I don't even remember what it was made of, but they had a commemorative coin with silver or copper or bronze or plastic or whatever, it doesn't matter. And they passed this legislation to have this thing minted that they were distribute, as part of their celebration. So I go, ooh, that's good. Let's pull that legislation. So we did, and we just kind of copied. They had already, just a year or two before, created the Centennial Commemoration Committee or whatever they had passed here in Arizona. That was the Historical Society here in Arizona was all part of this. So they wanted to get all over it. They thought this would be a great idea. So the concept was, well, it's already been done before. We started talking about it and writing it up. Now, of course, being libertarians, we knew no way in hell they were ever going to pass this if they knew libertarians wrote it. So the deal was, we go, Karen, and she is hardcore, right-wing, religious, Mormon, conservative, very popular senator. I mean, John Birch type, there was nobody getting more right than her. But she was a freedom-oriented, and certainly 9/11 was not what they said. In fact, she was the one that brought Jesse Ventura here with our, we got involved in that too, after she went on the floor of the Senate, and she went over line by line all the stuff about 9/11 and then gave every legislator her brief. She goes, and you guys are just got your heads in the sand. So this gave her a lot of national attention. Jesse Ventura was very enraptured with her, and he came here. And we got some video of that and interviewed and some time spent with him. So this is the kind of person that she is. She's not, not scared easily. So right now she's working on the chemtrail stuff because she sees it up in northern Arizona. She's saying there is a major problem, a lot of people getting sick. And her problem up there is that they have a big, large, major aquifer. And she can see the encroachment from government entities of everywhere coming in, trying to get control of that aquifer. So these are things that she thought she'd go up there and get away, and found out you can't get anywhere. So we passed this legislation, we introduced it, and what we had done is we said, the state of Arizona can mint their own commemorative medallions, and we gave some criteria. That it be 0.99% gold, that it be medallions in the plural, not to exceed 1 troy ounce. That left it open to have 10th ounce, half ounce, quarter ounce, ounce. We wanted to leave that open. We wanted to have gold, silver, and copper, but they thought it'd be too complicated to get past it, just make it gold. Okay, fine, whatever. So they have, and we can get that added later. Because I knew there were different places around the state that, hey, how come you don't have silver? That's how, Wickenburg and Prescott and everything was founded, the silver. And then you got the copper mines in southeastern Arizona, Morenci mines. Hey, how come it's not copper? And, we want to, so we're like, yeah, you go ahead and bring it on, and we'll add it. So we had the gold in there. Now, when you do legislation, the legislator gets it and gives it to what they call legislative counsel. Now, these are the attorneys and so on that service the legislators, and they actually put it into, proper language and make sure it does what you want to. And, okay, well, we can't say this because then that changes something in the tax code, or we got to do, they kind of massage it and get it the way it's supposed to be. But from past experience over the decades, I know that these guys change legislation whenever they feel like it. And if you mention the word gold, I'll guarantee you there's some guy somewhere in some other place on the planet going, oh, no. We take a look at this. You want to know where the problems happen? I've seen them vote on legislation, and what actually comes out in the law books is not the same. And this isn't the microphone, it's my voice. Hopefully I'll be better by Monday. Now, we know this, so every level we kept looking at the legislation, and they kept changing 2 things. One, they made medallion instead of medallions because we wanted to have multiple denominations. The other thing is they changed where we said in sufficient quantity to supply all public demand. Every level they kept taking that out. And I was never of the mind that this would ever pass, that they would let this happen. I'm going, I'm shocked, and we just kept hammering on them. Karen would have Pal and I come in, and we would look at it and go, yep, they did it again. Because we only a couple things we were really looking for. Well, what happened? It passed with only one of 90 legislators voting against it, and Janet Napolitano signed it. Now what? We'll talk about that when we come back.
Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. Readers of freedomsphoenix.com are constantly provided the information that detail the real news between the lines of propaganda about government policies and the true relationship we all have with coercive governments. Learn the true condition of our economy, innovations and technological breakthroughs in energy, health, computer science, and space travel. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media, the media that is so last century. Corporate media has evolved into nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but we now have a fantastic alternative. FreedomsPhoenix.com provides constant news updates on the issues that affect our lives in the most important ways. Our liberty and our property are under constant attack, and FreedomsPhoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda while encouraging the participation of our readers. Join us at FreedomsPhoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, Phoenix.com. FreedomsPhoenix.com, where the revolution between the ears has already matured.